my mouth and the meditations of our heart be truly acceptable in your sight. O Lord, our strength and our redeemer.
Amen.
Here comes Angie.
Yes.
Hello, Nicole. Hello, Anthony. And so they exchanged their glory for the image of an ox that feeds on grass. The stories of the Bible are amazing stories, primitive as they might seem. Tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you who your God is? It sounds awfully strange, doesn't it? So, all right. Let's ladle out some more. Oh, Psalm 115. Our God is in heaven. Whatever he wills to do, he does. But their idols are silver and gold, the works of human hands. They have mouths they can't speak, eyes they can't see, ears they can't hear, noses they can't smell, hands they can't feel, feet they can't walk. They don't make any sound with their throat. Those who make them are like them. Yeah, it's good humor anyway. So we think of this as very primitive stuff, but we then have to sort of try and bring it to the more internal kind of thinking. After all, what have we? We have all these folks who really do worship a God that represents what they need. I mean, this has been just true for all of us to some degree and everybody else in the world. God is very scary because you can't control God, you can't see God, you can't know how to deal with God. God is God. And we have to live in the mystery of what our lives really are and what God created us to be. And we don't even know that. We don't even know what we were made to be until maybe God discloses it to us. That's called what? Conversion? And conversion happens a little at a time. It starts with AJ's little tiny person, and then maybe sometime he gets the idea, and then he forgets the idea, and then he gets it again, like us. But we keep on walking into the mystery of what our lives are and what God makes us to be and who God will be for us. And it's called what? A wedding feast? That's what Jesus calls it. A wedding feast. And some people are invited, and it says they weren't worthy. Why weren't they worthy? Because they weren't as good as we are? No. Because they rejected it. I don't know what you think about the idea of hell, but the Catechism has something about hell. Hell is our being lost out of our rejection of God. God doesn't close any doors on anybody. God loves people. But we have the perfect right to slam the door in God's face. So that's the tenor of the readings today. It's a little bit scary stuff. When we think about our own country and how we're struggling in this country to try and find our way and surfacing all of the issues I just described. They're all coming to the surface in one way or the other. And yes, it's an opportunity to. Crisis needs opportunity for us to return to God, and be accepting of the invitation to let our lives be lives that are guided by God and provided by God. God will provide. Always. Always. So here we are. Did you get the illustration there about everyone comes, who's invited, whether they're bad or good and so forth? And then you get somebody coming in and saying, oh no, I don't want to wear that. It's not doing good. I want to wear my thing. I want to do my thing. Oh no, you don't. Not here. There's a lot of funniness in the whole thing. Don't mind the sort of nursery rhyme type of character to what's being described. Jack and Jill went up the hill and then they cracked their heads. It's just like that. It makes you laugh a little bit, but then you realize what it's really talking about. Yes, it's good to wear what God gives us to wear, to eat what God gives us to eat by His own hand, by God's own hand, and to live as God would have us live. What did you think of that lovely passage? Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about those things, and keep on doing the things that you've learned and received and heard and seen and done. And the God of peace will be with you.